over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in higher levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Sorry, I was talking.
Good evening and welcome to Jack Smith Park for round 3 of the RA8 NPLSA. In tonight's game we see Birkalla taking on Campbelltown. Burke's coming into the game.
Commentators on 1, they told me.
Campbelltown on 3. As we see on the screen, the RA
results. Adelaide United getting the results, not getting the result last week. As we look into the starting lineups for Birkalla, we start with number 4 Kane Vidmar, number 5 Jared Clark, number 6 Ryan Yates, number 8 George Blackwood, 10 Dylan Klassen Thomas, number 11 Abdullahi, number 13 Zoe Sakani, 14 Nathan Anianto, 18 Yohei Matsumoto, number 20 Nicholas Harpus, number 22 Alan Welsh, and the starting 11 for the visitors today in Campbelltown. Number 1 Daniel Vaughan, number 4 Jordan Elsey, number 6 James Boffer, number 7 Jordan O'Doherty Gravros, number 8 Alexander Mullen, number 10 Jaden Labasso, number 11 Joshua Mori, number 14 Adam Pishineri, number 19 Kenya Fujinami, number 21 Jordan Maricic, and number 23 Harrison Conant, as both teams walk out here at Jack Smith Park. And to finish those lineups, we will just through the benches as well for both teams. With on the bench for Birkalla, we've got number 1 Julian Torrance, number 7 Tyrese Conway, number 16 Alex Sakonis, number 19 Brody Everett, number 23 Chris Christofilos, and number 26 Amir Ibrahim. And on the bench for Campbelltown this evening, number 3 Jack Rawson, number 12 Liam DeCorso, number 16 Adam Leon Bruno, number 17 Julian Ayaleggio, number 18 Alexander Desiato, and number 20 Matthew Santafanti. As the teams get themselves ready for kickoff this evening. And your match officials for this game tonight: Christian Verdicchio, the man in the middle, with his assistant referees Ellie Seaton and Thomas Gilchrist in their bright pink kits for this year. As we are into round 3 of the RAA NPLSA, with both teams looking to get a win tonight, which will jettison them up that table. Which currently has Adelaide City sitting on top with 6 points, 2 from 2, and Playford and Sturt also 2 from 2 so far, both with all 3 of them with 6 points, and then Birkalla in 4th on 4 points, and we move into Campbelltown in 5th on 3 points, Metro Stars, FK Beergrad and Croydon all on 3 points, and then we move down the table, Para Hills 1 point, and then the teams that haven't won a game yet, West Adelaide, Adelaide United and Adelaide Comets. As we look to get this game started, it will be Campbelltown to kick off this game. And we're underway here, and Daniel Vaughan goes long with the first kick, and Kane Vidmar clears that one. Klassen Thomas out jumps, I believe, Boffer on that far side, and Matsumoto settles it down for Birkalla. As Birkalla happy to keep the ball and go backwards, as Clark then goes forward looking for Klassen Thomas. And there's the first free kick of the evening going the way of Birkalla. As that goes long, looking for Matsumoto, finds it and crosses first on his second touch and cleared by Maricic, only as far as Yates. Yates goes wide to Matsumoto again on the far side. And this time he does deliver, cleared there by Maricic, further by Fujinami, and eventually all the way out by Josh Murray. forward and look to take his throw in. Goes long into the box looking for Blackwood and cleared by Doherty. Back to Inagento with Abdullahi. He's in an offside position and Campbelltown will be able to take the free kick. As Jordan Elsie's just on his haunches for a second there. Just have to keep an eye on that, just see what's happened. Back on the move, but we'll keep an eye on that. And Vaughan will look to go long. And instead go short to Jordan Maricic. He's going to play out to Hoffa in the left back role this week and inside to Piscineri. We'll get all the way back to Vaughan. And Campbelltown certainly have to play out from the back. He's obviously closed down by Abdullahi and Vaughan sweeps up and Campbelltown back on the move. That a bit short and Harpers comes out and clears under pressure from Murray. OC wins out there. Here's Mullen with his first touch of the game. Again, have to go back to Vaughan. Campbelltown looks to play out from the back. Finds Fujinami here on this near side. Pressure from Abdullahi and gets past two and then wins a free kick from Anguino. Missionary over the ball. Tall Timber step up for Campbelltown. Missionary delivers, goes far post. So Alex Mullen at the back. It falls to Jordan Maricic, who lets it go out for the corner. First corner of the match. Staying forward for Campbelltown as this Doherty corner comes in at the far post. Mullen up, cleared by Welsh. And as far as Piscineri, who's able to deliver. He does so, but only as far as Matsumoto this time. Piscineri against Maricic brings that back to Campbelltown. It's got to go down the line for Josh Murray. Looks to go inside. Matsumoto and win the free kick. Started very quickly. Both teams looking to assert their dominance as quickly as they can. Wide to Clark. He's under pressure and loses out. Here's Odoldi Gavros. He goes down the line. Labasso able to cut inside and then met by Yates and former teammates at Comets. And Yates moving across last year and Labasso in the summer. This ball through for Blackwood and Fujinami's there to clean up. Does so very well and then plays out through Jordan Maricic. He only gives it away to Yates. Yates goes inside and finds Blackwood. He looks for Abdullahi, but that one's cut out by Jordan Elsey. Here's Campbelltown again trying to play out from the back. This time Connaughton's able to turn. Maricic goes long looking for Labasso. He's up against two and he loses out to Clark. Birkalla now again able to settle on the ball. To Matsumoto. Just have to keep the ball, go back. Here is Vidmar again, under pressure from Muller. Fishinari picks that up, looks to try and find Mullen in behind. Birkalla come away then, Campbelltown win it back, Birkalla bring it back again. Here's Abdullahi looking to get into the box, cuts inside onto his right, hits it, blocked by Jordan Elsey. Matsumoto looks to find someone down the line, but that one goes out for a goal kick. Both teams struggling here just to keep hold of the ball at the moment, a little bit scrappy as we approach 8 minutes or 7 minutes in. Both teams will look to get that ball under control and try and play their style of football as Elsey goes long and Conant wins it. Some move from Tara Hills for Conant. To established Campbelltown side, and they will find a home on the left wing. As that ball goes along, and Majic is under pressure from Joyce Khan. Hold him off. Wins to throw in. Looking for Tyson Thomas, but not on the same page there, the two of them, and the ball happily sweeps that one up. Brings that under control, again Matsumoto able to find the ball. He goes long, he's got Harrison Connor on the right, crosses. Sent that one over the bar. Great build-up play there from Campbelltown.
Coming from the midfield into the camera.
That one.
I can hear it in my headphones.
Through 10 minutes of this first half here at Jack Smith Park in RAA NPLSA.
What's definitely going on? I can see the monitor on the camera.
That's you and your team. Better be a member of the RAA.
And I think he's substituting up next to him as well.
The NPLSA. Forward. Looks to go outside, does so. Fujinami needs to get the ball back again. Here's Matsumoto into the box, hits it. Straight into the forward. Takes that one with some ease. Shot on target for the evening. Doesn't quite hit that right. Ball back. Here's Tyson Thomas. Tyson Thomas again. looking for the switch to Abdullahi and finds him near side. He's up against Friginoni, gets inside him, beats two, to his right. Looks inside and then gives the ball to O'Doherty Gavros, and he's able to come away with it for Campbelltown. He looks, finds Josh Murray in behind him. Into the line and out for a throw in. Very disappointed with last week's result. Should be 2-1 inside the first half. In the second half. Age I was saying, going 2 halves, and was the case last week. Goes long for Matsumoto. Finds him down the line in some space. He's able to get onto him across. Looks for Sakani, finds him, he shoots straight into the arms of Vaughan. Beautiful position there with Vaughan to take that one. So he now goes long, looking for Murray. He gets there ahead of Anajanta, and the bounce isn't kind for Vidmar, and Mullen comes away with it, and Vidmar will go into the book for that pull on the shirt. First one for the evening. He's now got to be careful for the next, or for the remainder of the game. It's also a great position for Campbelltown to swing this cross in. But dare say O'Doherty will be on this one, and he is. Again, allows the tall timber of Campbelltown to get in that box. The likes of Maricic, LC and Mullen. You know how dangerous Mullen is in the air. I dare say Welsh will probably be marking him. We know how good Welsh is in the air, so it's a great battle, I think, between those two. O'Doherty looks to swing this one in. Does so. So right in the middle, and it's a bit of a scramble, eventually cleared, and Yates is able to get his head on it, and then Matsumoto clears to Klassen Thomas. Klassen Thomas can hit Abdullahi, sends him wide, probably a little bit wider than he wanted to go, but here's Abdullahi. Looks to get into the box, he crosses, cleared there by Boffa. Great defensive header there. That'll go out for a throw in on the far side. It doesn't, it stayed in. And then, in a strange event, the ball's actually hit the flag, popped up and hit Harrison Conant on the hand. Birkalla now with the free kick right in the corner. It's not something you see there every day. This now allows Birkalla to turn what they were defensively into an attacking free kick now, as Yates will look to take this one. Everyone's gone forward except for Jared Clark. He's stayed at the back. Christian Badicco blows his whistle. Yates crosses, looking for Welsh. Over here's Blackwood at the back, and he heads over the bar. Great effort there from Blackwood. He did have to generate his own power. As we get the game underway again with Dan Vaughan taking the goal kick. As that's going to go out for a corner, I say. It is. It took a nick off Jordan Elsie. It looked like it, and the ref's given a corner. Oh no, he's given a goal kick. Apologies. Thought that came off of LC, but clearly didn't. And thanks to One World LED and Sportal Systems for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. We are still at 0-0 here at Jack Smith Park in the 17th. We played 16 minutes so far. Here's Mullen, loses out. Abdullahi picks the ball up. Inside finds Blackwood. He can't beat Mullen, and Mullen wins the free kick. Bit of a knock to the face as well by the looks of it, and we'll see how that pans out. We do have some scores from games tonight. Adelaide Cumberland playing Adelaide Cobras in the HBG Home State League 1. And Adelaide Cobras 1-0 after 60 minutes. And in the other game in the HBG Home State League 1, Adelaide Olympic 2-0 over Eastern United just before half time. As Elsie goes long looking for Mullen. Walsh clears. Here's Blackwood. Pishineri looks to win it but loses out. Here's Walsh. He looks to go in behind for Klassen Thomas. Touch from Zoisakani helps him. Here's Klassen Thomas in the box. Holds off Boffa. Cuts it back. Here's Blackwood at top. No, he hits it. Blocked by Harrison Conant. Cleared by O'Doherty. Good work there from Campbelltown in the end to clear, and Birkalla come away with it again. Welsh goes far post looking for Abdullahi, and Fujinami gets a very important touch, but Abdullahi was in an offside position. Radicchio is going to go back to Labasso, just have a chat with him after the little bit of a tussle with Jared Clark in the middle of the park. As Pishineri's now gone down for Campbelltown. I think that might be his night done. As Daniel Mullen has called back one of his substitutes. Which is not good news for Campbelltown, losing a key player so early inside the first 20 minutes of this game. Elsie's also been on his haunches once, so I have to just keep an eye on him as well. But I'm not sure what happened to Pishineri. Didn't see if there was any contact or anything like that, but keep an eye on it. It does look like Campbelltown will go to the bench as he's getting his last instructions from the coaching staff, and it will be Liam De Corso to come on. Played one game so far this season, hasn't started any. He's come off the bench in that one game. And it looks like he's going to go straight into the middle of the park for Pishineri. So a loss there for Campbelltown very early. Hopefully it's nothing serious for Pishineri and he's able to get a good recovery in, as Elsie, I think, just having a bit of an issue with his hamstring, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Campbelltown don't want to have to make another substitution in this first half. As Campbelltown will now have the throw. That throw goes long. Murray gets the touch. Here's Alex Mullen able to run at the back line of Birkalla. He looks to find Labasso. Labasso gets there first. Met by Vidmar. He goes back. Here's Murray. Murray able to sort of gets a shot away, and Clark deflects it wide. It goes out to Harrison Conant. Conant on the far side, goes back to Boffa. Boffa swings one in, cleared by Vidmar. Campbelltown regain possession, happy to keep the ball. They go backwards. Here's O'Doherty. Move from Mowbray in the off-season. He spins Abdullahi, can't find a shot, but goes wide to Fujinami. Back to O'Doherty. He's able to now work his way inside and does so, and runs into Anadianto. He clears. Campbelltown regain possession. Good spell for Campbelltown. Here's Conant. Campbelltown happy to play keep ball for the time being. This is how they carved out a earlier opportunity. But eventually went over the bar from across and worked their way around the back through the middle and managed to go wide. Here is Murray. He goes inside but cut out by Welsh. Here's Abdullahi, able to run at the back line. And he looks for Klassen Thomas, finds him. He's under pressure. Almost falls kindly for Zoisakani, and it does eventually. Blackwood gets a shot but blocked, and it just trickles through to Dan Vaughan in goal. Elsie sends Fujinami down the line. O'Doherty looks to go inside and finds captain Mullen. Hamilton happy to keep the ball moving. Find free man. Here is De Corso. Turns away from Yates. Bit of a loose pass there, and Klassen Thomas pounces. He looks to play Zoe Sakani, but that's cut out by Maricic. Here's Abdullahi. Great challenge there from De Corso. Good day there between Anajanto and O'Doherty. And eventually O'Doherty gives away the free kick and he gets into Anajanto's face. Adithio just getting himself involved here to settle things down. He's going to have a chat with O'Doherty. It's interesting to see what he does here. It looks like it's going to be a yellow card for O'Doherty. He did. Going to the book, 23 minutes in. Put that flame out very quickly. He's going to have a chat with Anajanto, but I don't think he's going to book him or anything. He's just going to have a chat with him. That could have been a bit of a flashpoint, but handled very quickly. Birkalla will get us restarted with the free kick. Switches and finds Jared Clark under pressure from Labasso. Matsumoto on the far side, inside to Klassen Thomas. Sakani, Yates looking for Klassen Thomas over top. Beautifully played there from Birkalla. The ball holds up a little bit. Didn't run for Klassen Thomas there, but he's done well. Brings it under control and finds Matsumoto. Here's Klassen Thomas again. He goes inside and finds Yates. He's brought down, but the ref says play on. Campbelltown able to play their way out of trouble. Over the top of Mullen and wins the free kick. Campbelltown try to get the ball moving quickly, but unable to do so. Eventually they are able to get the game running again. Here's Fujinami. Goes down the line and finds Mori. Can get out to a game tomorrow. There's plenty of action across all the leagues. There's a State League 2 North and South kickoff tomorrow. Here's Harrison Conant, but he can't beat Clark. He wins it in the box. Here is Harrison Conant. Onto his right, crowded, gets his shot away but blocked. And into the arms of Harpus. Plenty of games across tomorrow and even tonight. There are games kicking off. There was a game kicked off at 8:15. FK Beograd against Para Hills at One Solution Park. And there is a game also kicking off at 8:30 tonight in the men's NPL, and that is West Adelaide against Adelaide Comets. There's games tonight in HPG Home State League 2. Mount Barker playing against Noarlunga. Adelaide Uni are playing against Plimpton for their first ever game in the Federation in the FSA. Here's Harrison Conant looking for Labasso. Gets it back. Harrison Conant in, has a shot. Straight into the arms of Harpus. In the State League 2 North, Grover playing tonight against Port Adelaide. State League 1, Cumberland and Adelaide Cobras are playing their game. Adelaide Olympic and Hingston United as well. In the WSL, the Jaguars against the Western Strikers tonight. Here's Zakani. Looks to cross, does so, gets it across, and Vaughan takes that one at the second attempt. And the other game tonight, West Adelaide Women's are playing, or did play against Metro Stars. I don't have the result of that one, I will look for that one. That was an early kickoff at 6:15 as they've got a double header at Kilburn tonight. That was in the WNPL. Here's Harrison Connor. So plenty of games on tonight, plenty of games on tomorrow across all the three leagues. So get out, watch them all. If you can't make it to the game, head to the FSA League's YouTube channel and tune in to one of them. Abdullahi wins out of Fujinami and then he's pulled back, and he's also going to go in the book as well now. And Fujinami booked. Abdullahi used his pace there to get away from him, and Fujinami having to pull him back. So that is the second Campbelltown player into the book. Vidmar the only one for Birkalla. There's Blackwood for Birkalla, able to get it under control and spread the play to Jared Clark, who another off-season move for Jared Clark, as many other players. Here's Sakani. He's able to find Blackwood. Blackwood in the box, hits it, and he's put it in the bottom corner. Bergs take a 1-0 lead. 28 minutes played. Sakani with the delightful ball into Blackwood, who's able to find some space. And in his current form, he's not going to miss from there. Great play there from Birkalla to take the 1-0 lead. Been a pretty even game so far. Birkalla the first ones to make their 4-0 forward count. LED and Sportal system for your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Birkalla take that 1-0 lead. And we've also got a goal in the FKB game, taking a 1-0 lead over Para Hills 12 minutes in. Thomas, he's able to win 2 challenges there, and Blackwood's away with it. Running at that back line, he's able to get past the next 2 as well. He does very well. He finds Abdullahi. Abdullahi into the box, cross first time. Takes a deflection, and Vaughan grateful to take that one. And chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with the RAA. Proud sponsor of the RAA, NPLSA. Especially this round 3 clash between Birkalla and Campbelltown. That was a ball forward from De Corso, looking for Labasso, but Birkalla able to clear, and O'Doherty picks up. He goes inside and finds Mullen. Mullen's able to turn, goes down. Christian says play on. Here's Birkalla. Blackwood finds Zakani. Zakani up against Boffa. Goes outside, hits it, sends that one high and over the bar. Josh Murray able to bring that one under control and finds Labasso. Labasso back to Murray. Onto his right, then goes backwards. Cut out by Claston Thomas. Birkalla regain possession. Here's Blackwood, who's been exceptional. He goes to, sees Vaughan off his line, slips at the wrong time, and just goes through to Vaughan in the end, but he did see him off his line looking for that lob from distance. Unable to pull it off this time. There's O'Doherty. Mullen. Campbelltown again, just happy to keep the ball moving. Trying to get Birkalla moving from side to side. Trying to get them out of position. Here's Boffa inside to Labasso. He's under pressure from Jared Clark quickly. And again, Campbelltown happy to keep the ball and keep it moving. We've ticked over 30 minutes this first half. Campbelltown 1-0 down at the moment to the home side. Birkalla. Thanks to a goal from Blackwood, his 3rd for the season. Here's Fujinami. Goal back to Elsie. the Corso. In place of Adam Piscineri, who's had to go off due to injury. Vaughan finding Labasso. He's able to turn. Gets over from 2. Seems to find plenty of space in his midfield. Can't find that pass, and Birkalla come away with. Here's Klassen Thomas. He finds Sakani, and they attack with pace. Here's Sakani. He looks to feed Blackwood, but can't. Does keep the ball moving to Matsumoto. He crosses and cut out there by Boffa. Kelsey wins the header and cleared by Maury. Only straight up though. Klassen Thomas gets there. And then Maricic puts his boot through that and gets it up further up the park. And battle between Vidmar and Labasso. And Argento finds Welsh in some space. Blackwood, sorry. Picks up a little bit here. Going from right to left, favouring Birkalla. Wearing their traditional black and yellow. Campbelltown in their traditional red. Vidmar just weighing up his options. Finds Matsumoto. Matsumoto, former Campbelltown player himself. Here's Abdullahi with a touch inside to get away from Fujinami. Onto his right. Tries to feed in Klassen Thomas, but just a little overhit, and Vaughan comes out well and claims. He releases Conan. The Corso. Elsie finds Fujinami into the colour half. Inside and finds Maury. He's able to turn, beats 1 but can't beat 2. Vidmar does well to bring that under control and then wins the free kick. Score goals so far. Goal difference exactly 0. Molly's got 2 of their goals so far this season. Harpers goes long and that goes straight out of play. Not happy with himself. Blowing the levels that Harper sets for himself. He won't be happy, but he'll get over that one pretty quickly. Campbell trying to go down the line looking for Labasso. He gets hit by Yates, he goes out. Labasso's certainly going to be getting hit hard from some former teammates as Blackwood wins it off O'Doherty. Sakani's able to turn. He goes and finds Yates. Yates spreads the play wide to Klassen Thomas. Up against Boffa. Cuts inside onto his left but runs into a wall. And he's managed to digs it out to Yates. Here's Abdullahi popping up on the right wing this time. Campbelltown able to block his path and come away with it. Here's Labasso. Mullen blocked by Welsh. That's a bit short. Labasso wins that one back to Campbelltown. He's out able to run at Vidmar. Finds Maury. Maury looks to go outside and does crosses and cut out there by Welsh. Welsh beautifully positioned to cut that one out. Here's Blackwood. Birkalla certainly looked to attack with speed. The transition's very fast. Here's Zakani. They'll find Blackwood. Now they'll slow it down. Happy to keep the ball playing. 37 minutes gone. Here's Yates. He'll look for Abdullahi, but not on the same page with that one. Campbelltown will look to play out from the back. out by Welsh and Anajan on Anianto, comes away with it. Doesn't have many options, and he runs into Elsie, and eventually the ball goes out. To Birkalla throw, and that's Jordan Elsie done for the night. Another forced change here for Campbelltown. So not a great night for Campbelltown at this stage, losing Pishinari early and now losing Elsie after 38 minutes through what looks to be a hamstring injury. And Campbelltown will now go to the bench again. Has the guess that they'll look to bring on Adam Lee and Bruno. Long throw from Managenta into the box. Burks win the first header and then cleared by Boffa. I would hazard to guess the change will force Boffa now into a central role from his right back role. He'll partner Jordan Maricic, and Liam Bruno will take up his usual spot at left back. I do have an update on the game between West Adelaide women and Metro. It was a pretty convincing 5-1 win for West Adelaide, getting their season off to a great start in the WNPL. Yates is over this corner for Birkalla. We approach the 40th minute mark. Swings this one and goes near post. Straight through the middle, and it's in. I think that might have been an own goal off O'Doherty. Ball into a very dangerous position from Yates. A great cross. And it looked like it was O'Doherty that it come off in the end. As Birkalla take a 2-0 lead. In this round 3 NPLSA clash. What an important time to score for Birkalla leading into that half-time break. A lot of work now for Campbelltown. But as they say, going into the half, 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline. As Vaughan goes long, but that's cut out by Sakani, and Boffa clears. Finds Mullen. Mullen finds O'Doherty inside. He's able to beat one, not beat Walsh. Vidmar comes away with it and finds Blackwood in space again. Blackwood plays a 1-2 with Sakani. And then goes wide to Claston Thomas on the far side. He's in an offside position. Campbelltown will look to get the game underway. Alex Mullen. Seems to be Mr. Fix-It for Campbelltown. Of late, he's playing across. I think he's played across all 4 positions in that back line for Campbelltown sort of this year and towards the back end of last season. Here's Zakani for Birkalla. He switches looking for Claston Thomas and finds him, and he hits it, and it's just gone wide of that far upright as Vaughan at full stretch just watched it sail past his hand, but he was able to watch it sail past that far upright. And that was a great opportunity for Claston Thomas to make it 3-0. Campbelltown will be very happy to see that one go past that upright. Campbelltown now able to get forward. Here's Alex Mullen. Having to go back though. Birkalla settling into a very good defensive shape this evening. Got to make sure they bring it out for the second half though. As we saw last week against Para Hills, they gave away this lead in the second half. certainly play on their minds. Here's Sakani. He looks to shoot from halfway and does so, looking to beat Vaughan, but Vaughan makes his way all the way back and takes that one inside his 6-yard box. Second time we've seen that effort tonight. The first one by Blackwood where he slipped over and didn't quite hit it right, and that one from Sakani, but Vaughan able to get himself back in time with plenty of time to take that one. It has, I guess, a few minutes of time added at the end of this first half. We've had 2 injuries. We've had 2 goals, so there'll be just a couple of minutes of time added for Campbelltown as we do approach half time. As again, Campbelltown trying to draw Birkalla out. There's O'Doherty. Finds Labasso. Return and come inside and finds O'Doherty again. Here's O'Doherty, goes wide to Alex Mullen. Lays up his options. Campbelltown have to go forced back again by Birkalla. Some great defensive shape. And here's Conant. They're able to keep it in. Conant gets past 2 and then wins the free kick off Welsh, but ref says play on. Now he pulls it back as there was no advantage. Good refereeing there from Christian Verdicchio, just seeing if there was an advantage. Dangerous position for Campbelltown to make this one count right before half time. As O'Doherty will be over this one, he'll look to swing it in. Far post looking for Mullen, cleared by Sakani only as far as the Corso. He able to put it back in high, forces Harper's backwards, but he's able to take that one unopposed and he slows it down as the new rule kicks in by Verdicchio with the countdown as that's taken there by Les Pogliacoma on the sideline. Former goalkeeper himself, and what a great goalkeeper he was in his day. Also Oldham player in the UK, also played here at Campbelltown, hence why he's now on the coaching staff. Here's Fujinami able to get down the line, holding off Abdullahi, does well, finds Maury. Maury's greeted by 3 Birkalla players and is forced to go back. Here's the Corso. Here's Swift crosses, looking for Labasso, does well to get a first touch, but Yates happy just to put his boot through that one and clear. As we do tick over 45, time added. Clark looks to beat Labasso, but Labasso gets there first and cuts it back. Vidmar clears. Here's Conant. He's closed down quickly by Blackwood and by Clark. Labasso looks to cross, cut out by Matsumoto. This time he finds O'Doherty. O'Doherty hits it. He hits the post, and then Murray follows up, and it's in. Murray scores in the 46th minute, just before half-time, with a great effort from O'Doherty, which rattled off the framework, and Murray in the right place at the right time to just prod that one home as Harper's out of position after the dive. There was no way he was getting back for that one. Birkalla were looking for an offside, but wasn't an option in the end. As I said, 2-0, very dangerous scoreline going into half-time. Well, Campbelltown have managed to get one back before the half. Make it 2-1 here at Jack Smith Park. And the One World LED and Sportal Systems for your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Here's Abdullahi. Welsh hits it, and he hits that one too high, and that goes over the bar. Before we hit that half-time whistle, Adelaide Cobras game is almost completed, with Adelaide Cobras beating Cumberland 2-0 at the moment in the 90-plus minute, as the ball goes out for a throw into Birkalla. The Olympics still 2-0 up over Eastern United. Christian Vidico blows the whistle for half-time here at Jack Smith Park, with Birkalla taking a 2-1 lead. Before I go to the half-time break, FK Belgrade 3-0 over Para Hills after 30 minutes. I'll keep you updated on any further scores, but go grab a drink and come back for the second half.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local, and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Welcome football fans, one and all, to the 2025 RAA NPLSA Grand Final, a night where history beckons. Under the lights here tonight, one team will end their years of wait and finally add another elusive star upon their crest, while the other will face heartbreak and their dreams of glory will have to wait yet another year. It's the Metro Stars Soccer Club facing up against Croydon Football Club. And we're underway here. We have liftoff in the 2025 RAA NPLSA Grand Final. You can hear the noise already.
Success in this game. Hopefully for him that changes tonight.
First corner of the day by Michael Chidini. Near post. Walls with a header. And it's a great save from Daniel Margosh near to his post on the right there. But it's the first chance of the day, Mark, and it's a great delivery. Again, Chidini looking for that near post. This time it's a Croydon head. Out to Satira with the volley. Not sure if the goalkeeper had sight of that one, but it's just gone past the near post.
Yeah.
Here's Oscar Slattery looking to deliver. It's a great ball in as well. Nobody's there for Croydon. And now John will try and clean this up at the back post. John on his left foot, strikes, and deflected out for the first corner for Croydon, Mark. A great delivery there from young Oscar Slattery. Again off the boot of Polly. Celebrated his 150th game this year. Out Trimboli with a right-footed strike, and that's far and wide, but an early sider there for Croydon and their leading marksman this season, Luca Trimboli. Here's his delivery now, near post. Good defensive header. Still going to come to Hisamoto with a strike on the left. Didn't connect with that one as he would have liked, and goes far over the bar.
Yeah, they know that the fact is they've got the ability to get the ball into play, and this is where they can catch teams out. That
missed header has led it to Chittadini on the edge of the box, has a strike deflected. Porter's there, the goalkeeper is too. I think he might have been offside there, Porter, but Daniel Margosh putting himself in the danger area.
Really does a lot of hard work, and a lot of work that people don't normally see a lot of.
Passio John doing the work to find Klimek free, and now it's Trimboli with a left-footed strike. Caught neatly on the volley there, but he can't find the target, Mark.
Press a little bit higher, press a little bit harder, and it's proof in the pudding now.
Back to Klimek, first time delivery. Finds all the way out to Styles, who tries to lift at far post for Slattery, wins the header. Trimboli, does he get a second opportunity? He's going to go with his left again. And now John with Nagel. John has the strike. It's just past the far post, Mark.
Supremacy with that ball and on the park.
Here's Visser back with the ball at his feet to sight for Metro fans to enjoy. Woodfin now finds the free man. Satira puts a ball in. More fantastic work there from young Chris Vivian, getting in the way once again, Mark. And
he's a zip, and we've seen that by the fact that the passing has been fantastic.
That's an excellent ball from Chittadini to his opposing winger in Visser. He's going 1v1, trying to favour it onto that left foot. It is strike. But over the bar, and it's not deflected either, as Visser's trying to claim, but
him in the side.
Playing his 32nd game today. It's also in line with Jackson Walls and his goalkeeper there in Cody Ostrike. And the other 3 to play all games this season. Now we're in the box with Chittadini, has a strike. It's got not enough power on it as Margush can come, and he may give a word there to, looks like, here's Polly. Great deep delivery, Mapaw's there with a header. It's a great save though. Cody Ostrike down to his right, push it out for a corner, but
another 45, very similar to the first 45. Both teams willing to attack, both teams throwing themselves on the line to defend.
Now McNamara has to deal with this. Hisamoto's going to beat him to the ball. Looks to have a strike's deflected, and it's in, Mark! Into the top right corner, and it's Maya Hisamoto who opens the scoring here in the REA NPLSA final. And what a goal it is, Mark.
We said they've started 100 mile an hour, both teams going for it. Croydon first team to capitalise. Noel McNamara can't clear his lines. He's gone to hook it out. Trimboli read where he was going to go, managed to get the block in. It fell kindly to Hisamoto. Then Hisamoto able to get his shot on target.
Came out on the winning side of that occasion. So far in grand finals for Metro, he's not been so lucky. There's another turnover in the middle of the park. Trimboli, his touch is loose, but he beats Gow to the ball. Now he switches it. Excellent vision from Trimboli to find Passio John. He has the strike and it's deflected. And no more great defensive work from wingers. That was Chittadini all the way back. High boot there by Martinelli, but he's going to win the ball. Looks to deliver near post. No touch forthcoming for Croydon.
Up, ran obviously, then Nagamatsu moved on. Windsor's come in. So when you're playing a side like this, that just allows you the opportunities as well.
Right in the thick of things there with a great touch. Looking for the return by Visser. Shapes to shoot instead, and maybe that was the wrong option as it skies well over the bar. But a good first introduction there for Owen Windsor. Took the ball down.
Coming off, but I think they'll be on fairly soon, unlike the delay to Owen Windsor when he made his entry due to an issue with the colour of his socks.
Ball comes in and it's a big chance there. Another switcher play by Woodfin. It's excellent to Visser. He's got to look to put a ball in here. Looks for the cutback instead. It's Chittadini. It's deflected. You're going to see another chance here on the break. Greco has fed Alexander Good. But his shot is deflected out, and there was some good defending there by Metro Stars.
Exactly.
Yeah, they will take him on and look for the pass. He looks for the pass instead. And he spun well there, Windsor. And it's Chittadini with only the goalkeeper to beat. Takes it past him. And he can't find the back of the net. It's cleared off the line there by Vivian. But it's still alive here for Metro. And they'll win it in the Shield final as well. So he's a man for the big occasion. And he might be the one to finish things off here tonight, but struggling to clear their lines here at Croydon. Visser trying to find the feet of Windsor. He's in behind, takes it past another one at Windsor. Too close to the goalkeeper, and Croydon will clear, Mark. But they're really pushing up. Can Croydon seal things off here with a second? Delivery into the box. It's dangerous, and it's just over. Additional time.
I was going to say that was just announced around the ground, the 6 minutes, and that's the boos from Croydon side of the grandstand.
D'Angelo's in the box now, looking for a cross, and it's in! It's Woodfin, the hero! The Americans got them back in the clash, Mark, and it's at the death here. He's just nicked into the near post. We said it might have been too late, but it's never too late for the Americans.
No, we always said it might be too late, but Metro have always got the opportunity. You can never write them off. And we thought that was a little bit odd that Woodfin was getting the ball rolling quickly, but it allowed McNamara to swing that ball into the far post. D'Angelo fighting, and we're going to head to extra time by the looks of it.
What a moment for Metro Stars. They're back in this game, and we look like we're heading to extra time, but there's still 5 minutes to play here, Mark. And by all means, there could be more chances. Still in the box, and it's another goal! And it's Andre Cole, the hero for Croydon! We thought it was over, but it's not over, and Croydon look like they're going to go all the way to the win.
We can't say that now. We cannot say that now. We've just seen 2 goals in the space of a minute.
We said he was the man for the big occasions, Andre Cole, and he hasn't had too many this year, but this could be the biggest for him. Goals in grand finals. Who else do you call for but Mr. Andre Cole, Mark?
He's had a rough season. He's just come up and possibly won it for Croydon. Passage on. All the hard work he's put in this whole game. Puts in an absolute delightful ball.
McNamara can clear. Only to Martinello. A slip. Greco. Can he seal it with a third? It's deflected, and it's going to be a corner, Mark. That's another clearance. And the whistle's in the mouth of Regis Quefalek, and your champions for 2025 are Croydon FC. After 8 long years of wait, the crown is finally theirs, and it's going back to Bologna, Mark. It's bedlam there on the pitch. Your 2025 REA NPLSA champions. 6th time champions of SA here. And they're back on top, Croydon. The underdogs tonight, but they're going to be heroes for years.
I think something most people don't realise about being a referee is how rewarding it actually is, and like the amount of friends and mates you make along the way. Like, it's just a really great community. I was really nervous. I just got a random call up and I went out to the ground, but it was really great. Like, I had great support my first game, and it was really good to just be surrounded by people who did support me. I love officiating football because it's really rewarding, and like, it's a great way to be still a part of the game even if you aren't playing. I think my "this is why I do it" moment was last year, this year actually. I made my debut as an A-League official, and just being in front of like a big crowd was really cool to have experience, and it clicked in that moment. I was like, yeah, this is 100% why I do it. I have a great support system like here at FSA behind me. I would 100% say to someone who was thinking of becoming a referee to absolutely just go for it. Like, it's not as scary as you think it might be. Like, it's really good.
And welcome back to this round 3 RAA NPLSA clash between Birkalla and Campbelltown here at Jack Smith Park. As Birkalla will get this second half underway. They'll also take a 2-1 lead into this second half. As we saw the stats at half time with Birkalla 10 shots to 6, with 5 of those on target. As Birkalla get us underway, and they go all the way back to Jared Clark. Matsumoto, Harrison Conant quickly onto that. And Birkalla win the throw. As that ball does go out, throw in for Campbelltown. And Vaughan goes long, looking for Conant. He's able to bring that down beautifully on his chest and goes infield. Here's Mori, but cut out by Anajanto, and Boffa cleans up. Abdullahi gets there first, but loses out to Fujinami, and he in turn goes back to Boffa. And Campbelltown will recycle. Quick check. One World LED and Sportal Systems for your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Quick round the grounds with games across HBG Home State League 1. Eastern United still losing to Adelaide Olympic 2-0. Adelaide Cobras beating Cumberland 2-0 in the end. And back in the RAA NPLSA, West Adelaide have taken a 1-0 lead over Comets after 34 minutes. And Beergrad at half time, 3-0 over Para Hills. And West Adelaide beating Metro Stars 5-1 in the Women's NPL. Here's Maricic for Campbelltown, short to De Corso. As Murray brings that one down on the right wing, able to turn and face and shoots, and blocked by Vidmar, but it's gone out for a corner. Campbelltown first one in this second half. It does allow them to send their tall timber up in Maricic and Boffa. They'll be looking to reduce that deficit even more and get themselves level quite quickly in this second half. There's a corner on the far side. He's swung in, goes near post. Murray can't get enough of a touch on it, and cleared by Burks. As Sakani releases Abdullahi, he's up against Fujinami. De Corso making his way back as well. 3v1 for Campbelltown, and they win it. And then lose it again, and here's Sakani. He's able to keep it in, but only to the advantage of De Corso. He in turn finds Murray, and Alex Mullins able to get his touch in. And eventually, Birkalla win the ball back. Starting very much like the first half, neither team able to keep the ball for too long at this stage. Here's Klassen Thomas. Cuts inside, but blocked by De Corso, who's done very well since coming on in place of Pictionary, who went off early in the first half due to injury. The other force change for Campbelltown was for Jordan Elsey, who went off injured as well. O'Doherty. Here's Liam Bruno, one of the other substitution who came on for Elsey. Forced Boffa to then go inside, and here is Boffa, gets there before Abdullahi. Here's Fujinami on the far side. Mori able to turn, cuts inside. Tackled by Yates. Great tackle there, and it falls in the way of Blackwood. And Mullen wins the free kick. As I said, Birkalla will certainly not want a repeat of last week when they were 2-0 up at half time to end up drawing with Para Hills 2-2. This time they were 2-1 up. They were 2-0 and then a very late goal in that second half. Here's O'Doherty, swings at far post, but that's going to go all the way through, and Liam Bruno able to keep that in. Up against Welsh, finds Mullen. Mullen goes back to Connon. Connon swings it in. And it gets a touch from Sakani, and it drifts over the bar for another corner to Campbelltown. There's goals from Blackwood in the 28th minute. What appeared to be an own goal from O'Doherty in the 40th minute. As this cross comes in, looking far post, Mullen gets up and wins it, and that's off the bar, but also took a deflection off Welsh and goes out for another corner. As I said, those two there, great battle between Welsh and Mullen. And the other goal scored by Campbelltown to reduce that deficit was by Maury in the 45th plus minute. As this ball comes in, goes more central. Here's Boffa, who misses it and goes all the way through. As Liam Bruno into the back of Matsumoto and gives away the free kick. That was a beautiful corner in a very dangerous position, and Boffa couldn't quite get on the end of it, and then it went past Alex Mullen, who drifted in at the far post. Matsumoto get us underway, and he goes long looking for Sakani, and he's able to get his head to it. Finds Klassen Thomas, who almost found Blackwood, who's just a little bit behind him. And Vaughan goes long looking for Connon. Drifts all the way through to Labasso. Here's O'Doherty. Then Birkalla applying the pressure. First 7 or so minutes of this second half have screamed by. First half did the same. Both teams playing quick, playing hard and very fast in the first few minutes, and we'll wait for one of the teams to try and put their foot on the ball and settle a little bit. Campbelltown seem to be trying to do that at the moment. Here's Maricic, he goes long looking for Labasso in behind Clark, and he's going to get there. In front of him, and he's able to cut in on his right. Goes inside, he finds Maury. Maury's able to shoot, and that one goes high and wide, not one of his best efforts. But good play there from Campbelltown to open the space for Labasso, then Maury to tuck inside from that right wing and find himself very central. Birkalla will get us restarted with a goal kick, and Harper sends his boys long. Goes long and finds Blackwood. Under pressure from De Corso. Maricic goes long, but Birkalla win it back, and then Harper does go long this time, and Sakani wins the first header. Abdullahi puts Fujinami under pressure and wins the throw. Again, Birkalla working very hard off the ball to make life difficult for Campbelltown. Anagena goes along with that throw, cut out, and then wins it back. Here's Abdullahi. Sakani fends off two, finds Abdullahi. He's able to get the ball wide to Klassen Thomas. Here's Klassen Thomas into the box, goes down. Christian Vidicchio waves it away, and Vaughan cleans up and gets Campbelltown on the move. Here's Connon. Able to get forward, finds Labasso. Labasso able to switch the play, looking for Maury on the far side. He'll do well to keep this in, and does so. Up against Anigeno, cuts inside and beats him. Abdullahi's there to help him out and clears for the throw. Very hard work there from Abdullahi, helping out Anigento. Conant popping up on the right wing now, able to get inside the box. Ball goes out for a corner. Campbelltown able to apply a little bit more pressure at the start of this second half. As O'Doherty will swing this one in as well with that right foot, an outswinger. This time he goes far post, and Harpers claims that one easily, and then looks to go long, and Reece Abdullahi but kicks that two straight, and it's going to go all the way through to Vaughan, who outside his box, happy just to put his foot through it. The second ball is eventually won by Birkalla, but Matsumoto unable to keep that one into his advantage. And chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with the RAA, as Labasso is able to turn and go forward, but wins it back again. This time he finds Maury. Maury's brought down by Vidmar. Vidmar needs to be careful. He's already on a booking, which he picked up in the first half, so he just needs to be mindful of that. As O'Doherty looks to swing this into Mullen. Mullen gets up high, wins the first one. Here's Labasso, can't get that under control. Cleared by Clark. Falls to O'Doherty. He's able to get past three. Gets into the box, goes wide. Here's Conant with the first time cross all the way through. And Campbelltown unable to get a foot on the end of it, and Abdullahi comes away with it for Birkalla. As the Yates finds half a yard in the middle of the park, and he looks to find Klassen Thomas, but that's cut out, and Zoe Sakani loses out to Conant. Here's Campbelltown now able to get forward again. Here's Maury. Up against Anijan and Abdullahi. Able to cross, cut out by Welsh. Abdullahi, he further clears. As Boffa goes all the way back to Vaughan in goal. And Campbelltown look to play from the back again. Good pressure from Campbelltown so far in this second half. Just now got to turn that pressure into goalmouth action, be it goals or putting Birkalla under pressure and forcing them to make a mistake. And Vaughan plays Liam Bruno. Happy to keep the ball moving. Here's Boffa. Weighs up his options. He looks to switch and look for Fujinami on the far side. He can't keep it in. That's a foul on Sakani. And Birkalla will have the free kick. As the temperature has certainly dropped in this second half. A lot of players, especially the Birkalla players, have all got long sleeves on. As Yates gets the game underway, he looks to come inside and finds Klassen Thomas. Clark to Matsumoto. Campbelltown trying to apply the pressure and just lose out, and here's Welsh now with some space. He's able to attack. Klassen Thomas makes the run and he finds Matsumoto. Matsumoto crosses far post. Abdullahi will get there first. He puts it back in the box. Up goes Blackwood, but cleared. Here's Matsumoto with the hit. And blocked by Liam Bruno. Good first time effort there from Matsumoto. Does very well to keep that one down. So I'm not sure how that throw ended up being Campbelltown, but it certainly looked like it came off the block. However, Abdullahi works hard to win that back, and he's now into the box. Here's Abdullahi, comes back to Welsh. Welsh finds Blackwood at the top of the box. Blackwood onto his left, hits it. Vaughan down low to his right with the save. Great effort there from Blackwood, and Vaughan up to the task. And the ball goes out for a corner. Birkalla's first one of this second half. We have a goal in the Adelaide Olympic Eastern United game in the HBG Home State League 1. Eastern United have got one back and reduced the deficit to 2-1 with only a few minutes left to play there. As Yates will take this one for Birkalla. He'll swing this one in swinger. Does so, goes far post, looking for Welsh. Klassen Thomas gets there, cuts it back and then cleared by Boffa. As Boffa, he's gone down holding his right ankle. This is trouble for Campbelltown. So I don't want to lose another player through injury, but I think he's just rolled his ankle there. But it looks like he's in some serious pain. And they're calling the trainer. Campbelltown don't want to lose another player to an injury in this game. That's Daniel Mullen, coach of Campbelltown, just telling Liam DeCorso to get off that post, and he's now going to have to pick him up because Boffa's going to have to come off considering he's receiving treatment. Daniel Mullen will be hoping he doesn't have to make another change. He's going to be possibly forced into making his third change. And Boffa's certainly struggling on that ankle. Let's keep an eye on him, see how he goes. Good thing is he's able to hobble, jog off, but we'll see how that goes. As they play short this time, here's Abdullahi, he crosses far post, up goes Birkalla, that goes just wide off Sakani's head as it went back across goal. And Campbelltown watched that one in the end drift harmlessly wide. Boffa is back on. Let's see how that ankle holds up. Here's Vaughan. Under pressure from Sakani. He goes long. And Argento gets there first. Here is Boffa with his first touch since coming back on after his trainer visit, should I say. And here's Maury down the line. Vidmar gets there first. Free kick won there by Yates. As Birkalla looking to, where possible, slow things down a little bit on free kicks. And Anajano will take this one. He goes long, looking for Sakani. He wins the first header. Klassen Thomas wins the second, and Blackwood's in some space. Here's Matsumoto. Welsh goes in looking for Klassen Thomas in behind, and flag goes up for offside. Certainly, from where I was, it looked like he drifted into an offside position. Maritic will leave this one for Dan Vaughan as we have ticked over the hour mark. Less than 30 to play plus any time added. Birkalla still 2-1 up as Matsumoto clears that one thanks to goals from Blackwood. He's his third for the season, and I believe an own goal off of O'Doherty. It was a bit hard to tell on that one. I haven't had a chance to go back and look as that's cleared out to Fujinami. And Campbelltown's goal through Josh Murray. As Boffa goes long looking for Mullen. Mullen gets the touch for Connon. Boffa seems to be moving okay. Connon goes inside looking for Liam Bruno, but cleared by Clark. He finds Sakani. Sakani beats Maritic and wins the free kick, and Maritic will now go in the book as well. Beautiful play there from Zoe Sakani to beat Maritic. Matsumoto will leave the free kick for Yates to take. Here is Matsumoto. Goes looking down the line, but blocked and out of play by Conant. Throw in by Matsumoto, goes and finds Sakani in the corner, but Campbelltown win it back and then win the throw, but right in the corner. So Liam Bruno will take this for Campbelltown. Goes short, and then he's able to clear. As that falls in between Welsh and Mullen, as the wind picks up here at Jack Smith Park, and Mullen dives in, and he's going to go in the book as well now. Two quick cards there for Campbelltown. Maricic and Mullen now both in the book. Fujinami, the other Campbelltown player, Dolly as well, sorry, with yellow cards. As Yates will stand over this one. Kicking into the wind. That is going from right to left of your screens. Birkalla kicking left to right, and they're kicking into that wind. Will look to go short, and it goes through, and there's a touch, and great save from Vaughan. Welsh goes and hits the bar, then cleared by Mullen. Clarkson Thomas hits it, cleared again by Campbelltown. What a effort that was from Birkalla, as Matsumoto goes down but gets back up, gets past Conant, and eventually wins the free kick. But what a passage of play that was. Great little free kick routine. Goes short at the near post. Clarkson Thomas missed his missed his effort. I think it was Blackwood that came in behind. Vaughan made the save. What a great save it was, down to his right. And then Welsh on the follow-up from about 12 yards out manages to hit the bar, and eventually cleared by Campbelltown. But now, with another free kick for Birkalla, can they make this one count? As we approach the 70-minute mark. Yates will swing this one in, does. Finds a tall timber, and Sakani puts that one wide, but it's taken a deflection off one of the Campbelltown players. And it's another corner for Birkalla. Some real pressure now from Birkalla. Abdullahi goes short. Yates will go long. He does so straight into Vaughan's hands, and Vaughan will look to release and does so. He looks for Maury. Abdullahi out of nowhere turns on the afterburners and gets back to cover, and Clark clears. But what a run that is from Abdullahi. Here's Zakani holding off Fujinami, does well, finds Welsh. He looks for Blackwood in behind and finds him. Blackwood brings it down. Left foot, cross goal. And he's put it wide. Shooting across the body. He's managed to force Vaughan into another save. Vaughan's got fingertips to that. Onto the post and wide. Birkalla really starting to tighten some screws here. Can they make it count though? Vaughan keeping Campbelltown in it at the moment with some outstanding saves. And again, Birkalla just happy to take their time on these set pieces. As Abdullahi goes across with Yates, and Yates will look to either find the tall timber of Blackwood or Welsh or Sakani. He goes near post. Vidmar gets a flick, but cleared by Campbelltown. Here's Clarkson Thomas. Labasso up against him at the moment. Now, looks like Boffer's joined in, and Campbelltown come away with it, but ball goes out. And Birkalla win the throw. Matsumoto goes long into the box. Sakani wins the first header. Welsh gets his hook into it. Klassen Thomas hits it and sends that one wide. Another effort there for Birkalla. This game is certainly going the way of last season's clash in round 2. Campbelltown and Birkalla was actually here at Jack Smith Park. It ended in a 3-3 draw. Both teams have had chances. Birkalla the more so. Could have certainly had more goals in this game. That day, Birkalla, Blackwood, Anageno and Conway all on the score sheet. For Campbelltown, Mullen, Marino and Alec. Alec no longer with the club. Marino out, I believe, injured at this present moment in time. There's a strong challenge there from Welsh. And chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. Proud sponsors of the RAA NPLSA. That ball goes out on the far side and Fujinami will take the throw. Finds the Corsa, who loses out to Abdullahi. He goes inside, finds Sakani. Sakani comes wide to Klassen Thomas on this near side. He tucks inside but loses out. Here's Alex Mullen. Weighs up his options and finds O'Doherty on the far side. He's able to turn and go forward. Here's Maury. Cuts inside beautifully and finds Harrison Conant on this near side. Harrison Conant looking to run. Liam Bruno outside cross but blocked by Matsumoto. Better play there from Campbelltown. Able to get forward quickly in transition at speed. Eventually forcing the corner as O'Doherty will come across to take this one. Conant goes short but not on, and he'll make his way back into the middle as O'Doherty swings this one and goes near post. Flick on and by Maury but straight into Klassen Thomas and out for another corner. As he swings this in and goes further, but this time Harpers takes this one calmly and looks to distribute. He went to find Abdullahi but was blocked off, and this time he goes high and wide, and that's going to join me here in the commentary box. That wind certainly picking up, making life difficult for Harpers to clear that one, as Birkalla look to go to the bench for the first time this evening, and they'll look to bring on Tyrese Conway. One World LED and Sportal Systems for your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Another goal in the RAA NPLSA tonight, and that's gone the way of FK Beergrad, who've gone 4-0 over Parrot Hills. They're out to make amends for last year's result at home, where they lost to Parrot Hills late in the season. Here's Klassen Thomas. He's able to get inside onto his left. He clips it in looking for Abdullahi, but goes all the way through to Vaughan, and he then releases Fujinami quickly. Actually, FK Beergrad 5-0. Apologies. They've just scored again. And Vidicchio's pulled up a free kick, and it looks like Abdullahi with a foul. Here's Josh Maury on the far side, able to run at the defence again. Goes wide. Here's Labasso. He's able to cross, but cut out again by Birkalla. Right, that was Andy Janto blocking that one off. And Birkalla won't make a change just yet on this one. They will wait for the corner to be played out. Interesting to see who makes way for Conway. I would hazard the guess it will be a winger. This ball comes in, Murray with a flick, and out for a goal kick. Will be either a winger or an attacker. Actually, they're making a double change. Looks to be Class and Thomas making way for Conway. And Ibrahim is coming on for Abdullahi, who's had a good night. Abdullahi didn't get on the score sheet, but been very productive and a great outlet for Birkalla. Conway will come straight into this near side on the right hand side, and Ibrahim will go far side. So both wingers now changed out for Birkalla in their first substitutions for the evening, with only 15 minutes left to play. Campbelltown still looking for that equaliser. As Labasso drops all the way back to pick that one up, and he goes back to Maricic. He in turn comes wide to Conant. Here's Liam Bruno. Labasso, Conant. Conant scored for Campbelltown against Comets the other week. Here's Labasso in the box. Falls to Mullen. Labasso, but cleared by Birkalla. Fujinami picks it up. He's got time and space. He's able to cross and does so, but cleared by Welsh. Blackwood and Welsh play beautifully to get themselves out of trouble. And here's Blackwood now able to open his legs and run. He finds Sakani. Sakani looks to play in Conway. Conway still onside. He's in the box. Goes back to Welsh. Welsh looks to find Conway in behind, but blocked by Campbelltown. Here's Matsumoto. Conway, plenty of touches since coming on. Here's Matsumoto, all the way back to Yates. And happy to keep the ball and go all the way back. Here's Harper's closed down by O'Doherty. He goes long. That's going to go all the way through to Campbelltown's back line, and Maricic happy to go all the way back to Vaughan. Here's Boffa, seems to have recovered from his ankle knock earlier. Goes back to Maricic. Maricic had to put his boots through that under pressure from Conway. And that header from Matsumoto probably went the wrong way for him, but Welsh does well to deal with that, but eventually the ball goes out for a throw-in. Liam Bruno surveys his options and finds Labasso, who seems to have come deeper and deeper to pick the ball up at the moment. He's able to get away from Blackwood and goes wide to Fujinami. Does well. Here is Fujinami able to square up Ibrahim, but he is forced back in the end. Here's Boffa. Campbelltown again happy to keep the ball and play backwards if needs be. Here's Murray under pressure from Anajanto and wins the throw. Here's O'Doherty. Goes inside and finds Murray. Corso under pressure, loses out. Here's Sakani, but Badicchio blows the whistle for a free kick. Here is the Corso. Gets away from Yates and finds Liam Bruno in some space. He's able to cross and does so, but that's a deep one, and Murray wins the first header. Liam Bruno wins the second balls, but cleared by Birkalla. Here's Maricic. Liam Bruno. Ball stays in. So as Conway does well and comes away with it. Sakani turns away from De Corso. De Corso is going into the book for that tackle. As we approach that tick over 80 minutes. Not long left to go for Campbelltown to get something out of this game. Birkalla unable to make their pressure count in this half so far. Yates will take this free kick for Birkalla. He looks for Sakani, finds him. Sakani, great effort there from Sakani. Brought it down on his chest and then hit the volley, but very tame effort in the end, straight into the arms of Vaughan. And he's able to get the ball moving. Here's Mullen able to turn. And Welsh now goes into the book for that late tackle on O'Doherty. Starting to pile up now. Mullen was away there. I'm surprised he didn't let the advantage and then go back, but that's why I'm not a referee. And Dan Mullen just asking the same thing. Why couldn't he have played the advantage with Mullen? Acres of space in front of him there, as Vaughan will look to get the game underway, as Vidicchio is going to have a chat with Dan Mullen. As Campbelltown get the ball moving again. Here's Boffer. He goes long looking for Mullen. Welsh wins that header. Foot race between Sakani and Maricic, and Sakani gets there first but can't keep the ball in play. Liam Bruno will take the throw right in front of us here. Mullen wins the first header looking for Labasso. Clark does well, shields him off and able to turn, but gives the ball away to Mullen. Mullen's able to find Labasso, but Clark does well and wins the free kick. And it's just not quite clicking for Campbelltown at the present moment. And Birkalla will happily try and see out the last 9 minutes plus any time added. They'll slow the game down as much as they can here. Harpers goes long. Campbelltown get there first, and DeCorso knocks that one out of play. With less than 10 minutes, actually it's only 7 minutes left of regulation. And the One World LED and Sportal Systems for your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions time clock. You're going to have to produce something very soon if they want to get something out of this game. And if you're looking for something to do tomorrow, plenty of games on tomorrow. Like I said, HPG Home State League 1 tomorrow. HPG Home State League 2 kicks off tomorrow. Here's Ibrahim. He cuts inside, but Conant's there to clean up. And eventually Campbelltown are able to clear. There's games in the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League as well, as Anijano breaks forward and collected by Boffa. There's been a bit of afters there as Boffa's going to pick him up. Interesting to see what Christian Vidicchio does here. Keep an eye on it and see what happens. As they did clash as Anijano played the ball wide. Boffa didn't like it at all. Christian Vidicchio's just called over Boffa. Let's see what happens here. Surprised he hasn't called across Alex Mullen as well. It was one of the rules that we were spoken to about. And no card for Boffa, no card for Anajanto. He's just had a word with both players. And Birkalla will have a free kick in which Yates can deliver. With 80 into the 85th minute, only 5 minutes plus any time added, and there will be again a few minutes to be added onto this game. As Yates swings this one in, goes far post. Welsh gets there. Zakani looks for the spectacular, and Campbelltown players throw themselves in the way, and Boffer, I think, was the one that ended up getting the kick to the chest there with a high boot. As Vaughan slips on kicking that, but it works out and goes to Mullen still. Mullen gets his touch to Labasso. Labasso goes back to him. And Yates comes away with it. Here's Blackwood. He looks for Sakani, who's drifted into an offside position. And as I was saying back in tomorrow, if you've got nothing on, Apex still Women's National Premier League. You've got the SA NTC squad up against Birkalla. Salisbury Interwomen's against Campbelltown. Adelaide Comets are playing Adelaide Uni. And Flinders United up against Modbury Vista in the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League. And in the WSL, Adelaide City are playing Elizabeth Grove. South Adelaide against Modbury Jets. And Sturt Lions against Cove. As there's a clash in the box and there's a penalty. O'Doherty into the box, draws a foul from Clark. And Christian Vidicchio points straight to the spot. This gives Campbelltown now the chance to equalise. As we just ticked over 86 minutes, only a few minutes left, and what a time to get a penalty. And this will allow Campbelltown to equalise, to make it 2-2 with only a few minutes left, plus any time added. As Mullen, captain of Campbelltown, has the ball. Yates just trying to put him off a little bit. And Mullen positions the ball. Harpus on his line. Harpus against Mullen. Mullen against Harpus. Captain versus captain. Mullen steps up and sends it in to the left-hand side of Harpus's goal, and it hits the back of the net. And Mullen equalises. And Labasso goes into the book for trying to retrieve the ball. And Mullen, goal scorer, captain, brings his team level. 2-2 with only a few minutes left to play. Birkalla probably ruining those earlier chances in this half now. Unable to make them count. Now they've got to find something special. Campbelltown tails up. Can they apply enough pressure in the last few minutes to get a winner? Here's Conway, gets himself forward. Cuts inside and met by Conant and Liam Bruno, but Liam Bruno wins out. Here's Yates in the back from Conant, and he wins a free kick and pushes out, and things are starting to get a little bit fiery. It's been simmering throughout the night. And Yates will be over this delivery. Sends this one in long, goes to the far post looking for Welsh. Conway gets up the highest, and his header goes out for a goal kick. Back to the games tomorrow. WSL, Adelaide City against Elizabeth Grove, South Adelaide against Modbury Jets, Sturt Lion against Cove, and the HBG home State League 1. Vipers at home to Fulham. Modbury Jets at home to Cove, Salisbury United at home to Blue Eagles, and South Adelaide at home to Adelaide Raiders. And the HBG home State League 2 North, all kicking off tomorrow. Pontian Eagles against Barossa in their first ever game in the FSA. Salisbury Inter up against Angle Vale again. They're Angle Vale also debutantes in State League 2. Northern Demons up against Modbury Vista, and Elizabeth Downs in their debut up against Gawler Eagles. In the south, Seaford up against Western Strikers. Titans up against Adelaide Hills Hawks, and Garn up against Vipers. As O'Doherty's able to get away. He goes wide. Here's Mullen. Mullen onto his right. Goes backwards. Happy to go to De Corso. He goes wide. Finds Fujinama on that far side. He's met by Ibrahim, and he's wins out. Doesn't want to give away a foul there, and he doesn't. Ibrahim does well along with Andy Janter, and they play out through Welsh. Hard work there from Labasso, wins it back. And in the NPL, the RAA NPL, Adelaide City take on Adelaide United. Playford take on Croydon. And Sturt Lions take on Metro Stars. So if you can get out, if you can't, please join us on the FSA League's YouTube channel and tune into those games. Plenty to tune into, plenty to watch. Across an action-packed weekend. Now that the State League 2 started up as well, as that's a high and up and under from Alex Mullen. Clark gets there first. Maricic puts his foot through that one and he finds Fujinama, who outjumps Ibrahim. Here's Mori. Anijano wins out there. It's starting to get a little bit scrappy, as both teams are now trying to fight for that winner. Here's Liam Bruno. He gives it away and Yates clears. Here's Anijanto looking for Tyrese Conway. Conway opens his legs out and able to get there in front of Liam Bruno. Does well, finds Blackwood inside. Here's Blackwood, looks to go wide, does so. Looks to cross, he does, but that's straight into the arms of Vaughan. As we do tick into time added, there can't be too much longer left. Vaughan gets the ball moving again. Here's Boffa inside to De Corsa. He looks to go long, but that doesn't quite work, and it falls kindly for Maricic. Maricic, he finds Fujinama on the far side, but Ibrahim does well to cut that out. Tackled by Mullen. Wins it back. Mullen stayed down after that challenge. He's taking his time to get up, which means that must have hurt. Doesn't spend too much time on the deck. Here's wide Blackwood to find Conway. Able to tuck inside Liam Bruno. Hits it with his left, but straight into the arms of Vaughan. As Mullen's certainly slow to get up, and Vaughan looks to go long, but that's going to go out of play. Dan Mullen urging his team to get across for this throw to put the pressure on Birkalla. Can't be too much longer left, as we've now played 2 minutes of time added. Birkalla 2-0 up in the first half, and then a very late goal in the first half for Campbelltown to make it 2-1. And he thought with the opportunities Campbelltown had early in that first half, he thought they might have made them count. Here's Sakani. He goes wide to Andy Janto. He keeps it in, and he's able to deliver and does so. Cleared by Campbelltown though. De Corso with his foot to it. Here is Andy Janto again. He crosses again. Blackwood's in the box, free header, and he's put it in, and he's made it 3-2 in the 93rd minute. Blackwood with a free head. The delivery from Andy Janto sailed to the far post, and Campbelltown hadn't picked him up, and he drifted into the far post, and Vaughan unable to get across to make any sort of save, and the ball settles in the back of the net for a 3-2 Birkalla lead. And Blackwood with his second goal of the game. The goal scorer is on fire at the start of this season. That's his fourth goal so far this season. There can't be too much time left as Campbelltown get us underway. They're going to have to really press now to try and get another equaliser. Boffa looking for Labasso as he wins a free kick off Matsumoto in a very dangerous position. It will allow Campbelltown to probably have one last throw of the dice here, and they'll probably send everyone forward, and O'Doherty will be over this free kick. Can they get an equaliser deep into stoppage time? What have we got in store this evening? Can it finish 3-3 like it did in round 2 last year? Birkalla 3-2 up. O'Doherty over the ball. As he swings, he goes for goal. Goes all the way through, but Harpus able to get hold of it at the second attempt. No one able to get across in front of Harpus to make it hard, and he throws it out to Sakani. He's able to get away from De Corso. Weighs up his options and he looks to switch it, but Boffa gets there first, but it falls to Blackwood, and Fujinama does well to block that attempt out. Here's Conant, blocked by Matsumoto, and he's able to keep that in, and he's able to now spring an attack forward. But he keeps the ball, he goes back. Yates. As Verdicchio blows for a free kick on Matsumoto. And Birkalla happy to throw it down. He's just telling Yates now to get the ball back to where the free kick should be taken from. As we have played 95 minutes. And Birkalla looking to make a change in the dying embers of this game. It looks like Blackwood is going to come off after his 2-goal heroic performance. And he's going to make way for Brodie Everett. Won't get much time on the pitch, as I don't think there'll be too much time left. 2 goals from Blackwood. And a goal from what looked to be an own goal from O'Doherty. Here's Sakani, loses out to Conant. Conant dances past 2 and wins the free kick. As Campbelltown want to get this ball moving quickly. And they took that from well in advance of where they wanted to, and Conant's gone down, I think, with cramp as Vaughan gets the ball moving. Here's Boffa. Doesn't have any options forward, he goes back to Vaughan. He goes long. Mullen, the obvious target. Welsh wins out. Conway looks to beat Liam Bruno. He goes wide and then looks to just go long and does so. And Everett's furthest player forward, and Vaughan goes long, and that's going to drift out of play for a throw in. As we have now played 97 minutes, Verdicchio looks at his clock, and that's the game. Birkalla 3-2 winners over Campbelltown in what an exciting finish to this match. Goals from Blackwood and an own goal from O'Doherty for Birkalla, with 2 goals to Campbelltown, 1 to Murray and a penalty to Mullen. And the game here finishes 3-2 at Jack Smith Park in this round 3 RAA NPLSA clash. And what a way to finish the game. Like I said, if you can get to a game tomorrow, do so. As we go through the stats, 18 shots to 11 of Campbelltown's. On target, 9 for Birkalla and 6 for Campbelltown. Plenty of corners in the game, plenty of fouls, and 6 yellow cards for Campbelltown, 2 for Birkalla. But the worrying thing for Campbelltown would be the players lost through injury in Elsie and Pictionary. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Like I said, make sure you catch up with games tomorrow, and if you want more football action, tune in to One Game at a Time on Wednesday night. But from Jack Smith Park in the RAA NPLSA, that's all for us tonight. Have a good night.
still streaming.